and welcome to another Vlogmas video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. My glasses are filthy. Today we are doing the
Q&A.
The Q&A answers. So earlier...
The A of the Q&A.
The A of the Q&A. Earlier this month, God, how many... That feels like forever ago. We did a video announcing that we would be doing a Christmas Q&A, as we did last year. I very much enjoy doing a Christmas Q&A. Even if we answer the same questions that some appeared last year, I just feel like it's nice just to get into a Christmassy mood. A lot of you were kind enough to send us some questions. So we're just going to work through them now. And so we sort of went over these yesterday, didn't we, on our drive back from London? I mentioned them. So we've had a little pre-think of them. But yeah, let's work through them now and let's get Christmassy. So we've got this, I mean, it's probably going to be quite long. We've both got a cup of tea. I've got it in a merry little Christmas mug. I think this is from Waitrose, is it? Yeah, Waitrose. And what have you got?
Just a nice big reindeer
Nice
cup.
big reindeer. That's from Jenny and Molly got me that for my birthday this
nice
year.
One.
So anyway, let's just begin. So the first question is from, oh God, it feels so weird holding your phone in my hand. Is from Vanessa at Chaboski, and she says, my question is, what's the best and worst present you've ever received?
I think the best present I've ever received was when I was a child and I got an air hockey table. That was awesome.
Was you very, very excited?
Was very excited. Sadly, we left it outside in one day in February, and then it rained, and then so it got ruined.
Oh, that is
so it
sad.
didn't last very long.
In February? That's like
February
not even
or
a month.
March. No, it was
God,
sad.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
My best present is probably Harry Potter tickets that I got last year, which David got me for Christmas last year. I was just I never imagined in my dreams that I would ever go, because it was just impossible to get tickets. They were super expensive, so to get them, I was look at you preening. But also a very good present I've also got is it isn't a Christmas present, it was a birthday present, and that's the lights that you got me. So well done, you've won both of those awards. Will
I win the worst present award?
No, you won't. So yeah, they've just been like, again, that was just something that I always knew I needed, and I never thought I would be able to like get them. They're so expensive, and I never thought I'd be able to get them, and they've just made life so much easier for filming, and it's just been amazing. So they've been really well used. I mean, I only got them less than a month ago, and I've probably used them more than anything I've ever been bought ever. So those two. So what's your worst present you've ever had?
I don't know. I'm really struggling to think.
I've got quite a good one, because it's.
I have got one, but
it's
not a Christmas present. It was a birthday present.
Okay. Oh.
And it was. And you know what I'm going to say. So when I turned 30, we done like a thing with your family.
Your birthday is around the same time as my mum's birthday, so we were out for your and my mum's birthday meal. And we was doing presents for me and your mum, and then Lauren's nan didn't realise it was David's birthday as well.
My birthday, so she panics, and luckily she had a brand new set of tea towels hanging around at home, so she wrapped them up. I mean, it's one of the funniest presents I've ever got. And
we did use them.
We did use them.
So they got used.
Worst / funniest present I've ever had.
My worst present ever isn't I put it like more disappointing present. So when I was younger, I got one of these things, and you remember what they're called. It was like one of the first computerized toys you got. One corner was red, one green, one yellow, one blue, and you could play sort of games, and it was a lot of like memory stuff and things, and like it would flash up in different things. So it's just like a really.
It was cool. I think we was discussing yesterday. I think it was called Simon. Yeah.
I can't remember, but I got one of those one year for Christmas. So that was wrapped up, and we used to keep all of our presents under the tree. And under the tree was this really small box, like perfectly square box, and it was the heaviest thing ever. And it had my name on it, and I was just like, I kept picking it up and thinking, what on earth could this be? Like, what have I asked for that is this heavy? I can't work out what it was, and I must have been like under 10 at least. Picking it up, couldn't work out what it was. Well, when it come to it, I undid it, and it was the bloody adapter for that thing. So, like, obviously necessary, but my mother and father didn't need to wrap up that adapter just to bulk out presents. You could have been like, here's the adapter that goes with that gift. So it wasn't the worst present, but it was just so disappointing, because I couldn't fathom what would be in this really heavy, tiny box that I had
thought of.
It was, and I was thinking, and I've got a feeling like it was back in the day where I used to think, I'm going to open this present first and this present second, and that was like one of the first presents I was going to open, because I couldn't understand.
You
and
was
I've got a
excited
feeling
to find out what it
on
was.
the day my mum was like, no, don't open that first, open this one first. Cheeky.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, so those are the best and worst presents. So Sarah Kay says, this is not strictly a Christmas question, but are you going to do another podcast episode with Mercedes, because I bloody love them? Mercedes and I recorded the Christmas podcast this week, and it should be up this weekend at some point. So it's Sunday now. I haven't seen it yet, but Mercedes said she was editing it up, so it will probably be up by the time you listen to watch this. And if you do, I'll link the channel, the podcast down below. Thank you. The next question is from Larissa Suris, and she asks 3 questions within a question. She says, when is David going to make more videos for his channel?
January.
Are you definitely?
Yeah.
Is that going to be
It's one of my New Year's resolutions. My first video prep will be my New Year's resolution.
Cool. That's a good idea. And what are you going to do? Like one a week?
I
think you need to start at one a week.
I'll start back up at one a week again, and then we'll just go from there, because I also want to start up my website again as well. Cool.
Number 2 is, are you still doing your ABC series and the series you do with friends and family? Yeah, I am. So I'm up to D now. I've got to think of a topic for D, but that's going to be something that I'm just going to... It's just an ongoing thing. I'm just going to do it as... I could do David. No, I'm not doing David. And my series with my friends and family, yeah, I definitely will be. And also, I've got an idea for a new series that I'm going to be starting in the new year called Lauren and the Babes, where I'm going to be talking to women in my life that I know about women's issues and things like that. So I feel quite excited about that. Spoiler alert, because that's going in my plans for 2018 video as well. And the last question, number 3, is, have you ever seen David without a beard and any pictures?
Yeah,
so when I met David, he didn't have a beard. We will definitely insert some pictures here. The picture we discussed that we would insert is a picture from our friends Lynn and Mick's wedding, and that's the last time David
shaved.
So that was
I look awful.
May 2015.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's been almost, so in May it'll be 3 years since you last shaved. And David's grown a beard since then. But when I met David, he didn't have a beard. No. And before then, you'd only ever had stubble at the most?
Like a little bit of stubble and stuff, yeah. And then I always thought I looked awful with it. Yeah. But now, I look awful without it.
Imagine if you shaved it off.
Oh.
That would be horrible.
Makes you feel sick just thinking about it.
Oh dear. Louise Ballantyne asked, what do you prefer, Christmas Day or preparation for Christmas?
Prep.
Yeah, I prefer the prep. Christmas Day itself is, and I don't want to sound like a horrible Scrooge, but it's almost over before it's begun, isn't it? Yeah. But I like all the prep, and I like the excitement, and I like I just like having the tree up. Yeah. I wish the tree could be up all the time.
Tree's nice
I really like the tree being up. It just makes the room. But yeah, I much prefer the preparation than Christmas.
I think a lot of people enjoy the prep more. There's a lot of pressure on Christmas Day, isn't there?
Okay. The next question is from Rebecca Jean Lawford. She first of all says, my father is from Kent and I'm travelling there, Thanet and Canterbury, the summer of 2018, and need some ideas of things to do. Do you have any? Canterbury as a whole is beautiful to visit.
Just walk around Canterbury for the day.
Whitstable, which is quite close by, is a gorgeous seaside town, really, really lovely.
When's she going in?
Summer of 2018.
Oh, yeah.
Whitstable in the summer is lovely. Really, really nice pubs, restaurants, shops. Where other places do we like to go? Margate is also fun. We've been to Margate recently, another seaside town. Faversham's really nice historic town. They have a nice market there as well. Those things.
So they're all within 20 minutes.
She also asks, how old are you guys? I am 31.
I'm 32.
And what are your top 3 favourite Christmas traditions?
Yes, we discussed this yesterday.
I've mentioned a few of these in. I did the feeling festive tag earlier this month.
So this is a joint 3.
A joint 3, but a few of them I mentioned, so I'll link that down below as well. So one of my favourite ones is the fact that we read the Jolly Christmas Postman to one another on Christmas Eve. I've got it here.
And we take it in turns who reads the actual letter and then the actual story.
So this has probably been mentioned many times, but the Jolly Christmas Postman by Jana and Alan Allberg is a story told in verse. It's a poem. And the Jolly Christmas Postman delivers the Christmas post to various members of Fairyland, and each one has a little card that's a puzzle, for example, and we take it in turns. One year, one of us reads the poem, and the other person reads the stuff that's in the envelopes. Who's doing what this year?
So I'm reading the poems. You're doing the contents this year.
That's probably one. What else? Oh, we go to the pub every other year.
Yep.
So we don't go to the pub every year, but we've got friends who's so my school friends, Alex Ryan and Ed, they all have partners who live elsewhere, and they sort of spend every other Christmas back at their family's home, which is where we spend every Christmas we go see my mum and dad, and we take it, and every other year we go to the pub that my friend Ed's sister owns, and we just have a lovely night there, don't we?
Just a few
Christmas
drinks
Eve, just a few drinks, catch
nice.
up. It's really nice to see everyone together. Like, we don't ever get together anymore as a big group, so it's really, really fun to see everybody. So and that's this year as well. So looking forward to this year. Banging.
And then number 3 is our advent calendar.
Oh yeah, advent calendar. So you may well have seen in our vlog that we take it in turns to have a little gift every day, don't we? Every other day, and Minnie also has one, and we hang them up above the big patio doors. So that's another
it's looking
thing.
bare now, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because it's the 17th today, so we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 at Christmas Eve. We all get one on Christmas Eve, so that's exciting. Okay, K Mac says, if you were having a Christmas completely on your own, no other family, what would you do? What traditions would you incorporate from each family to make your own? So we discussed this, didn't we? And we feel like there's no sort of what we can say, but it probably is. Ooh,
it probably is too.
It probably is a family Christmas tradition, but it doesn't feel like it. But we would just, I guess, there's no family traditions that we do. Like our Christmas.
I'd eat a lot of food.
Yeah, there's a lot of food, games,
yeah,
like sitting around and things like that. So that would be the Christmas I want. Christmas for me is made by the sort of my nostalgia and things for previous years. So that would that. She also says, what don't you like about Christmas? I've got one thing I don't like about Christmas, and it could be resolved.
I don't like loud board games.
David doesn't like loud board games. I don't like the fact that Christmas Eve isn't a bank holiday. So I wish that because for me, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day, that's the big 3 hitters of the year for me. And I always feel a bit disappointed that Christmas Eve isn't a day. Now, I haven't had to work on Christmas Eve for a few years because Christmas Eve has been falling on a weekend. But next year, Christmas Eve's on a Monday, so there's every chance that I might have to work next year. Boo-hoo. And then the last part of our question is, other than Veganuary, what New Year's resolutions do you have?
So, obviously eat a bit healthier, just the usual stuff really, and then mainly start up my YouTube channel and my website again.
Yeah.
But other ones like try and lose a bit of weight, do a bit more exercise.
Oh, I don't care about that. Yeah, so one thing I would like to do is, I'm very, I don't do any exercise at all, and I feel like it wouldn't do me any harm. I'm not bothered about losing weight or anything, but I'd like to do a bit of exercise just to make myself feel better, and I feel like running is
take my own lunches to work.
Take your own lunches to work, that's a good one. Mine is to improve my posture as well. My posture is terrible. So I'd like to, and also where I'm in a desk job, I sit really slumped, so that's something I'm going to try and do, but improve my posture. So and I'm going to be a vegetarian next year. I've been a pescatarian this year, but I've been sort of tailing it off towards the end. I'm doing Veganuary, where I'm going to be a vegan for January, and David's going to be a vegetarian for January.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a try, see how I get on.
Very good. K.S. Thompson says, what is your favourite thing to eat at Christmas? Is there something that you enjoy only during the holidays?
Pigs in blankets.
Yeah, so pigs in blankets and sausages wrapped in bacon.
But
they don't really come out at any time of the year other than...
No. And Brussels.
Brussels sprouts,
Brussels is a winter
But we do eat a lot. We do eat Brussels sprouts where we can.
Yeah. Oh.
When we can. Brussels tops are also my fave. What did I say yesterday when I was talking about it? I can't remember.
Don't know.
I'll tell you what I have been getting into this year. Cauliflower cheese. I really keep thinking about cauliflower cheese all the time. And question number 2 within that question is, where did you two cutie pies meet? So this isn't a Christmas story, but David and I met in the pub on on Friday the 17th of February
15th.
The 15th of February. So just after Valentine's Day.
The day after.
My friend Emma's birthday is on the 17th of February, and we were out for her birthday. And we'd been out for a curry, and then a lot of my friends were going to the pub afterwards. And I was going on holiday with my parents really early in the morning, so I was like, I'm not going to go, I'm going to drive home. And they were like, oh, just come in for one. And then when we got into the pub, my friends Emily and Jenny had often said to me, oh, there's this guy called David, you'll really, really like him. He's got, he loves Disney and he loves Christmas, and you'll really like him. And I'd never sort of come into contact with you, which is unusual because we sort of ran in the same circles, didn't we? And then when we got into the pub, they had a CCTV screen behind the bar, and Emily
thought,
Emily and Jenny were both like, look who's in it, look who's in it. And then we were outside, and you came over and we got talking, and we just talked for ages, didn't we?
We talked for a good couple of hours. I was very, very drunk.
Yeah, and then we exchanged numbers. Well, actually, I went in and I was like, okay, we're going to go now. And then I was like, I'm going to go and get his number. And I just went, oh, it's so weird to think of it now, isn't it? And I went and found you back outside and I said, this might be a bit full on, but can I give you my number? And you were like, yeah. And then you couldn't remember my name.
What's your name?
Couldn't remember my name, so you took my number. And then,
God, just think if you would have been like utterly offended and just walked off.
Well, imagine if I hadn't gone out and given you my number.
Exactly.
Would it have happened? Do you think we would have found each other otherwise?
Well, I don't know, because you went to France, didn't you, for a week?
So then, so I went to France at like 3 o'clock in the morning the next day, and you would text me that night to say, oh, this is, because obviously I'd given you my number, but I didn't have your number.
Desperate.
So you text me that night, and then we would just we text quite a lot while I was away, and we were talking about things. And then you were doing Christmas too. So David's family always used to do Christmas too at the beginning of the year because David's sister worked away on the cruise ship. So you were talking about Christmas too, and and then we met up the day I got back from France, and we had a little kiss.
We did, had a little smooch in our horrible, disgusting nightclub.
Yeah, and then it's just pretty much been on since then, hasn't it?
That's it.
It has honestly been, not that I've had hundreds of boyfriends, but it was the smoothest.
Yep. No mucking around.
No mucking around.
We'd just see each other for a little while.
It was literally like we were texting for about a week. It probably worked out well that I was away because we couldn't have it was nice to get to know each other a bit, wasn't it, over texts and stuff. Oh, Minnie. So yeah, that's how we met. I do like recounting that story. The next question is Teresa Graber. She says, do you have any Christmas Eve traditions? As we said earlier, we go to the pub every other year. We read the Jolly Christmas Postman to each other.
I suppose when we do go to the pub, because we always go to your mum and dad's first, and we always have ham, egg and chips.
But I don't have ham.
That. No.
But yeah, I'll have egg and chips.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
we do that.
You'll just have chips.
So yeah, and that's it, I guess. For
that's probably about it. Really,
I would like to start a Christmas Eve tradition if there was something we could do on Christmas Eve.
What could we do?
Yeah, do people have Christmas Eve traditions?
I mean, when this video goes out, we wouldn't have much time to take action.
I'm interested to know for future years.
I'd like to do something.
Lovely Babe Simon says, this is from him, I would like to know what are each of your favourite Christmas baubles?
If I'm honest, probably on this one...
You go and get it.
Well, I don't really know. I quite like that reindeer.
I'll answer the next bit. I like... Oh, you can't really get one. Would you bring one of the twigs over?
What, one of these guys?
Yeah.
No, I'm not taking that off.
No, look, the twig.
What twig?
Look, down. The twigs that have got like the berries and stuff on. That, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And the second part of that question is, Chris would like to know, what do you have with your Christmas pudding? I have custard with my Christmas pudding. David hates Christmas pudding.
I don't have that.
But our favourite, so this, I don't know,
this guy.
This isn't really a bauble, but I bought quite a few sticks and I've laid them. Oh, look at you usurping this. These just lay in there, and I just feel like they're really like elegant and lovely. So these are probably my favourite this year.
I just like this reindeer. It's quite a cute little guy.
Your mum got that for us from Hobbycraft. It is cute.
It's nice.
There we go.
I'll just go and put these back.
Bye. RM Fickfack says, what Christmas traditions from other countries would you like to integrate into your own Christmas traditions in the future? I'd love to start doing Jolla Bokkaflod, Christmas book flood from Iceland. And when we discussed this yesterday, we were both horrified by how little we knew about other Christmas traditions. I used to live with a German girl when I was at university. Oh, David's being so careful putting those things back on the tree. When I was at university, and she used to do something now, and I'm sure a few of you could explain what this is, but there was something like on the run up to Christmas where she used to leave her shoes outside, and then there used to be sweets put inside. I would love to do Jolla Bokkaflod, which is the Christmas book flood. Is there anything you would like to do, or are you still stuck in that? You don't know any other Christmas traditions?
No, I feel quite bad about this. I'm going to look into some other countries' Christmas traditions.
Cinnamon Harris says, blah blah blah. I wondered if you had ever taken part in any amateur dramatics or pantomime, as you both seem so natural on YouTube. I was part of a theatre club when I was much younger, and I did drama GCSE, but no, not really. And what about you?
No, I've done a lot of backstage. Well, not a lot of work. I volunteered at a couple of backstage shows in the past, like doing moving soon and stuff. And then obviously when I worked in the school, before I got my new job at Cancer Research, I used to do the performing arts there, but I just used to do the lights and stuff. But it's always, I kind of wish I would have given it like a go back.
Do you know
I wish I would have done drama for GCSE.
I used to be in productions when I was younger, when I was at school, but I was never quite good enough, so I was always like, I never got like the big. I always used to go for like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz and Nancy and Oliver, and I always used to get like the sort of
the tree.
No, I wasn't quite tree standard. I was a bit better than tree standard, but yeah. Should have got me. They missed a trick. Chrissy N says, I live in the US and I'd like to know what Christmas traditions you have that may be different from mine. For example, I've seen a couple of YouTubers in the UK talk about Christmas crackers that have a gift in them. We don't have those here in the US. What foods and traditions do you most look forward to?
Yeah, I found that quite. I just
so Christmas crackers, and we
Christmas...
absolutely should have got Christmas crackers for this, so we could have won. Right. So Christmas crackers are something that you have on the table with Christmas dinner, and they have a paper hat in, normally a joke or
a joke or
riddle
a fact.
or a fact or something, and then a really little gift. So like it's normally like plastic old crap.
Or if you get a really good one, then you can get those tiny screwdrivers.
Yeah, tiny screwdrivers,
really
or like a
yo-yo,
ruler, or like a yo-yo, or one of those like fortune-telling fish. So yeah, it's just something that I don't even know where that came from. No, that tradition.
I just wish they had the hats in. I don't really care for anything else. I like wearing the hats.
I like wearing the hat. Although this year, I said before, this year I've never found one. I've got quite a big head, and I'd never found one that fit my head. And then this year, when we were at Adam and Hazel's, the hat was too big for my head.
Too big, and
never
for us lads who were sweating.
Oh
God, they got stuck to our foreheads. I had to peel them off.
What a lovely vision.
Yeah,
and the camera failed. I ran out of storage on my phone. So if David, you look so sad. So if the angle looks slightly different and the lighting looks slightly different, it's because I didn't realise straight away. So we're back and recording, but we've got the last few questions to do. So James Holder says, what is your favourite Christmas themed or set novel and movie? So mine is Muppets Christmas Carol, and my novel might be Christmasaurus.
Mine is definitely the Christmasaurus, and mine is probably also Muppets, but there's like a bunch of movies that kind of like, even like A Man Who Invented Christmas. You see, that was very good. Yeah, looking forward to like making that a traditional movie to watch from next year.
Or what about that Bill Murray Christmas one?
Oh, Scrooged.
That's set around it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Very good. Nazi Hamilton says, what is your favourite Christmas song of all time? So mine does change yearly, and I always have like a sort of yearly favourite, but one that I love every year is Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses.
And mine is Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Santa Claus is coming to town. But I also like Melakaliki Maka is a thing to say, etc. Redcat82 says, what is the best thing you've gotten in a Christmas cracker?
Yo-yo.
Yo-yo. When I was at our friend Adam and Hazel's earlier this month, somebody else got this sort of like magic trick where you get a selection of cards and then you can work out what number someone's picked based on the cards and things like that. So that is the exciting thing to me. Grace Taylor says, what are you both wanting for Christmas from Santa more than anything in the world?
Chinos.
David has ripped the bum out of his pairs of trousers.
And I've got one with a dirty, horrible stain when I wore them at work and I was moving some lights around.
I, on the other hand, want something like world peace. No. I'm just looking forward to having a bit of time. Just David and I, we rarely ever have a day where we just have nothing to do. Like, it never ever happens, does it? So I'm looking forward to having some time together just by ourselves. And then the last question is 2 questions within a question. Nikki Reeds asks, will the sweetie table still have sweets on it by Christmas, or will it need refilling? So it does need refilling. David's sister recently went to America and bought back some sweets. One of the sweets she bought, which I thought were going to be amazing, they're these Hershey's Christmas Kisses. They're horrible. They actually taste like puke. I feel like they taste like vomit. They're horrible. She's also bought some Oreos. I put them all in the week 3 vlog, so you'll be able to see what they were from there. But
I probably might get a little bit more. I don't know.
See if this tea's still cold, or
I might get a little bit. But yeah, I wouldn't. There's still a very good amount of stuff.
It's still doing very well. He hasn't. You normally refill it, and you haven't refilled it this year. You've done very well. So well done, you. And then the second part of that, what blah 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 blah. Where will you have your main Christmas Day meal, and what might you be eating? Traditional roast ? So we're at David's parents for Christmas Day this year for dinner, and we are having a traditional roast. Now the meat eaters, you don't have turkey, do you?
No, we used to.
Have you ever had turkey?
Yeah, we used to have turkey for years, and then about probably the Christmas BL before Lauren, we Mum thought, let's give beef a ride. So
what a lovely thing to say about your mum.
Let's give beef a try. Let's say that instead.
So you have rib of beef.
Oh, it's delicious. It's so good. I mean, we also have like turkey and ham and stuff, but that's for nibbling and for Boxing Day.
So she still does a turkey?
Yeah, she goes mad.
She does go mental. She does go crazy.
Yesterday
she asked me what I wanted. Obviously, I won't be eating that rib of beef. I said I was absolutely delighted to have anything. And she said she was going to do me a sage and chestnut nut roast. So I'm quite excited about that. Nut. I said nut roast.
Yeah, you went.
Chestnut nut.
Yeah. nut.
Chestnut nut. But I do like that. Like when someone says
chestnut nut.
Do. And she has also assured me that there will be cauliflower cheese, which is something I've been really into this year. Oh look, that blanket's just falling down the back of me. Oh, it's all confusing. Go on, David, put it out. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. So yeah, that is it. That's the end of the questions, and we've luckily we've managed it to the end this time. So this is going up the Christmas Eve. Speaking of chestnut nut, this is going up Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas Eve. So this will be the last video you see us sat in these seats, or see me sat in this seat for 2017. So thanks guys, and thank you to David for being in all my Christmas videos. Thank you for being so lovely. Everyone loves having David in the videos, don't you guys? I love having David in the videos.
I love being in the videos.
I love David being in the videos. And yeah, we'll see you all again in 2018.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas!